Okay, now we're going to update our create activity method. The goal of this, of course, is that when a user creates a new activity, they're going to be added as an attendee of that activity and marked as the host of that activity when they create it. So let's go back to our create class. And inside the handler here, we're going to add our new iUser accessor. So we'll say iUser accessor and call it user accessor. And we'll bring in application interfaces. And we'll initialize the field from parameter. So what we'll do inside this method, inside the handle method, first of all, we'll go and get our user. So we'll say var user equals await and context and users. Even though we're using identity, we can still access the users table from our DB context. We do not need to bring in the user manager to go and get access to a user. And then we'll say first or default async. And let's bring in entity framework core to make use of this. And what we'll do is we'll say x goes to x.username. That's equal to the user accessor and get username. And let's bring this down as it's falling off the screen. This is going to give us access to our user object. And what we can do from there is we can create a new attendee based on that information. So what we'll do is we'll say var attendee equals new activity attendee, and then we'll say the app user is equal to the user. We'll say the activity is equal to the activity, or request.activity in this case. And we'll say is host, and we're going to set this equal to true. And then what we can do is say request.activity.attendees, and we can add our new attendee and pass in the attendee. And the rest of this method doesn't need to be updated because we're going to save our new activity or add it at this point to our activities table, or at least in memory. It's going to be tracked by entity framework. Then we're going to save our changes, and then we're going to return success. So in the next lesson, we'll go and test this functionality, but at the same time, I'll go through some Postman tricks to make us a little bit more efficient with what we're doing in Postman when we're testing our API.